abusian for aha a possible multimedia need the way a news update near the ever besom.
Always believes, as you say, baby, I drew after 30 years of democracy. Ghana has become like a star pupil. I mean, Uko baby now boarding now free Ghana. They look on you with a lot of respect. And yeah, na me hamekakra. Say the way he did one term say politics or Ghana na kasa emphata dominating the airwaves, and especially now with the new brand of social media movie. Obi timi tranifie na chese de ope
ofan phone sinanim
no aye ono awo ne TV station.
There he goes.
And some more omo kano emphata.
Yeah.
And some language omo use emphata. It is completely Ghanaian. It's not how our culture is.
Yes.
We need to respect elders. Sebi une omampeni ana ohini bikra enya adwuna ye wokwan paswa ye faswa ye dey express that. Kasa ne binu ha is unfortunate. And sometimes also be there one National Media Commission and Communication Authority. Some of the language that we see on national radio, on national television, the person better say, is it the Sikagari?
Sikagari, yeah.
And so many other things that should not be allowed. So, yama materialism, agriping as a people. To be a dear Mikeko pre-bibia baby a yedeko.
Echo.
Na Ghana ye fapim pa. Na we used to cherish. Say to wache nuado kasapa eni die ni buo a se bi unkoto se obi bakra ye bibi na nya ultimate ano ultimate.
Of course.
Wo kwampaso ni nyina obaka se ne eira. And that is what worries me, and that is why I've decided to be an advocate for this country, Ghana. Not only my own political admission, but most importantly the transformation of this country. Ghana. And you hear me, transforming the people in our country, making them aware. Say, look, say nipa pi jidie wo politics mu. I say atochima.
I say atochima.
Okay.
It's gone down.
It's gone down. All the surveys I've seen from the Afrobarometer reports now, that the confidence in the political architecture is dwindling.
Yeah.
Nti idea say hu bibi. Ma Ghana for enya jidie bi say uko politics mu a okupe bibi edi. Ese ekọ politics say ye kwa akosom oman no. Ye koye bibi edi abeboa oman no to improve the lot of the Ghanaian people and not to lord it over them. Nti after 30 years, and I think all of us, ne politicians, and of course, the ultimate responsibility lies with the politicians. Omo Ghana for to Obama edit to missions as a here so. But we as Ghanaians, every individual, say a quiet faso ye politics. A faso ye TSS politics no air public service. Na ye ba be sumo man na ye be hye ne na ye na enko ye se adidie. Makasa se mo baby a me ko bia, and I want to repeat it here.
Yeah.
Ghana for ye pe ahwohwo adodo. Say me ma post this here.
No, all
Lord. I call them enablers.
Yeah.
Instead say mbe bo kokose hwehwie yiro ho adwuma edi ama no adwuma na eden no
mengu enum ase bo ho moden
wo coveting kra ahemfu tutuntuma wo he tupa da kra gu so nti ye ma wadwene ye say bibi wo ho a wo kodi na emom nya adwuma den na ukoye. So we lose focus of the assignment that we have been given rather than the perks of political power.
Yeah.
And if we the politicians don't speak up against this, why Nebeka say it is all about leadership, our style of government, and all these things have to change for the better. As a country, no, all of us need to recalibrate. Yeah, engineers, they say recalibration. We use your equipment, it's all called recalibrate because measurements near Mount Crano.
Wrong.
That's right. Now deviating from what it's supposed to be. So we have to reorient ourselves, recalibrate our thinking about what our nation should be and how it should mean to us. Nationalism, and America had a
yeah.
Flags.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have belief in the stars and stripes.
Yeah.
And we have to have that belief in our country. And we need to be able to say Ghana is a country worth dying for. That's Ghana news and already social media. Just said the level of despondency, desperation, because
Obi amfa ho.
Oman, so that's the only country we have, and we have to build it and protect it. So I want to use my life experience and this battle I'm on as a testimony to the Ghanaian people. So we are young. Now, if you are prepared to do what is right and principle, you can have some decent amount of success and be able to live. So
Very well.
And it's very important that we look at that as Ghanaians. And as a Dudona, we need a critical mass of people thinking this way. It's tough. Me kasa say ana we are me MPP for ni bikra na omfu say Kwabena na ewesa wo attack your man there be. Yes sir. Governments are put into office to solve problems.
Yeah.
Not to talk about problems.
Make good decisions.
Make
impactful decisions.
Impactful decisions that will change the lives of the Ghanaian. So unti bibi koso na nya na ese yetimi eka. We cannot say we hide under our political banner and say bibi koso na nya also won't can. And there I think say we say na odi omaino abro. Until the time has come for all of us Ghanaians to recognize that we have to think in the collective. Individualism will not help us. It hasn't helped us. Until Ghana High King. Look, if you go through the last 30 years, various governments have implemented various economic policies. ERP, a friend said, DIC, diverse teacher, near Ton, near Yese. For time, I was his press secretary, you call HIPIC. And now we are going back to the IMF. And this, I hear, is the 17th time. Quite clearly, IMF, New World Bank, any the Western world. So called Dr. 17 times also one tower. It's quite clear that the solution is not there. We've got to look inside ourselves, be firm and strong, and decide that this is what we want to do as a country. And that's how come I always want to encourage our government and our president to be upfront with Ghanaians and take the difficult decisions that have to be taken to reignite confidence in the political system and confidence in the economy so that we can move forward. Because if you have the generation that loses faith in governance, that means we are heading towards trouble. And we can only do so by acting, by taking decisive decisions. And no, the Bemankrofo, and who say Abino, say near Memoyeding. Nesse, yeah, the people of this country, if we have to go under austerity measures, then you would expect, so the government itself would tighten its belt. So, do ye bibia na Ghana phone you have their support because one say we. Until there are certain things I have said, and I want to repeat here, that governments in this country have become too large for a small country of what, 35 million. The constitution gives us a limit of 19 cabinet ministers. If I'm fortunate enough to be elected as a flag bearer and president of our country, I will make sure we respect that.
So the constitution says we should have 19
cabinet ministers. And I may feel so, that's why the constitution says the cabinet is like the advisory body to the president. And I am always of the view that all ministers have to be part of that cabinet. No need to have too many ministers outside the cabinet. I've shown me videos.
I've listened to a couple of your interviews, and I think you are re-echoing them.
That's right. Yeah. In some of my Canada, 2008, even when I was in government as press secretary to the president, I was not happy with the number, and I've said it before. Because at the end of the day, when you have a small government, it's likely to be more efficient. You, the president, you have a handle of it. You'll be able to check and monitor what you're doing and demand progress and demand results. And we should be results oriented. Yeah, engineers say, "Okay, designing road or say building, no end of it or as ukusi." In your design, if there are any defects, I will see it
will show up.
And yes, so when you make a mistake, and this is a doctor, who making mistake will be any pattern, 20. So you've got to be very careful with your precision and your compliance, quality control and quality standards. And that's something that we as Ghanaians, we are not doing. Until now, bet me who obi, oh yeah, no art in the company. No, all the contract, amano.
conflict of interest disregarded
completely. So teacher needs a headmaster of the say the aduane command kola ubehu na omo have na dey akosie baby. Food contractor no akoji note free buffer stock. No they call headmaster no bi akoye yi na aduane ese dey koyen kola no afa. Police need na kwan ho ye nyina akate ni eno an say ye hwim e free driver for mate osra no pa onware. No, when I was listening to your interview and I heard that part, I just burst into laughter. All these things, we have to build this country, across board, socially, economically, and politically,
morally too.
Socially, moral. So, and all these things are important. You go to some other countries. I was in Costa Rica in March for the World Engineering Convention. Very impressed with them. Small country. I don't think they are anywhere near Ghana by way of resources near den so kwhwe uhu fi back on. We say uhu edan obi extension atra boundary da. Not one. I looked out for it carefully. And so Ghana obi baby and obi bokios no dey see ho.
Wow.
Yeah, yen stop no. Obi na ba kwa beka ho mienu miensa. By the time assembly no be sorry na we say call no na aye bigger human problem because they are Ghanaians. They also need something to survive. But it doesn't mean they should infringe on the laws of the country. We've got to impose order and discipline in Ghana. So, now, him will be who say, we are at the traffic light in our firm. I don't take it, Bebro. Why you cannot afford Sebuntia. So, them sure. So these things have to happen. And then with computer and digitization, I don't think as a police for
we'll come to those things, but Mami miss away because Obibeka said all these things you are telling us, we've heard them before. When politicians come, they tell we'll do this. I remember very well when Nanado came here, Armenia. We held a big town hall for him, not all raising funds. He told us a lot of things. I'm out for the messages, baby, but I'll be reading some of them.
That's right.
But we say it's too late now.
It's not too late at all.
When you want the thing,
the reassurance I want to give Ghanaians is the facts will be can't and just will be a can't. And in any case, there is a kotwaba EOB.
Exactly.
We cannot afford to sit and say BBC Akoso and Yentino. What are you going to do? Nti Mubi and run a country. The country has to be run. Nti Saakasano there. We just have to always hope for the best. And I'm not saying this say me a fresh person. I've been in government before. I've been press secretary to the president for close to 6 years. And I also had the opportunity to do Nema Nipebiye. Fortunately, as a civil engineer, me ye Juma as a consultant, esi me dying. And sana my power in 2001. The Biana Mistranya me time fighting as a because of my principles and papa de atiteminintino. Me pese me am won babitna.
And sana makwabem.
That's right.
When
the time came and I was appointed press secretary. Yeah, my apartment or your friend say cantonments. In fact, first one no say rich. Ni say Debbie Metna is legal. My own house that I built in 1999, 2000, before we came to power, from the sweat of my engineering career. So I always want to encourage the young people, say, have your own career first.
Before you venture
that's right. Politics. Now, and sana wako into politics. Sana ukoma unimse kwa kosum. Nyafi na wako piska atwasas. Yeah, and to me, in those 6-7 years that we were in power for 8 years, uteze makoto government asasibida. I was even dead against that. He said, government in Sassi Betunton, especially to people in government. And it didn't start with our government or now. Rawlings' time. On the it is worse because who the waba abe bon food to say ubia koji a loan 50,000 credit me bone to in those days. Ekowi as some country ne other places or one money
31st women's
movement GNTC. So these are things that happen. Nagana no intimi nka no kre. Because is radius so.
Yeah.
Asem no da hopa yem pese beka. So but this is wrong. And whether it is done by the NDC, PNDC, or MPP or NDC, it is wrong. And I am against it. And we need more people around the table who are speaking for the country Ghana in the corridors of power. And I have always been an advocate for that. Yeah. Videos of 2004, even when I was press secretary to the president. So on them children. When I was general secretary to the party, I told the whole world, say Subambia a kripu Ghana mumi nyai na dache ebehaye. Those days, Muhammad tukwaya na ye party fwe bi asesa placards ni ye dinner tem sisi na meka say dey na moye no munjai. Because when a president leaves the shores of Ghana, he becomes an ambassador for all of us.
For all of us, yeah.
Oba Ghana ne no wasembia yakano ha. We can protest and do what we, and no, yes, so mood di matem say ya torment all part of my problems that I face in our party. Now say President Akufo-Addo kwaye ni say.
Yehutu no
say obi e this video no. 2015 video ka say the prophet.
Oh, you're in some now
that's right.
Trying to stop your party members
from doing that. So, and I quite remember in 2007, so I still doing it here. I was one of the youngest of the 17 aspirants. Yeah. I say, can I use very loose words?
Yeah.
Say, you could hear you penny or something like that. And I'm catching a sa kasano.
Akron for doing so.
Enye kasa e fata. Enye kasa e fata. My friend no catch personally. I'm kind of say, when you think for political expediency, you want to denigrate people, it will come back and bite us. Because respect and work for politicians in general, everybody thinks it will be a real politician. Me, I want to state it here and I want to repeat it. Me, all the money I made came from my engineering. Most of it, the biggest, everything that I made came from my engineering practice. Me was done too. It was never out of my time in politics. And it's very clear. Say, when I'm saying this, I want us to be able to lead by example. Ourselves. Look, Chief of Staff, me for the first 2 years, even as press secretary, I used to drive my own car because as an engineering consultant, my Juma Kusidai Obuase project manager in 1993, 94, 95, $15 million project, 150 unit housing estate. It's almost a tiny Roland estate. Obuase.
Wow.
Who were the engineers? My colleagues setting up a company after me free highways. And Bibi Kaka. Now my car BMW 535i in those days.
In those days.
Now Eba Power 2000 I feel now my car here. Missy Metran way more. And I use this for over 2 years. So may I say because I want people to understand and we need to create that culture. This is
yeah.
Now I'm saying now me BBC, former Deputy Prime Minister. I think it's Lord Clark, Kenneth Clark. No. Also, Nottingham Forest was about premiership.
Oh, yeah.
20 something years. The team no alcohol. Or to tax him. No, I share a cambu near a day, chese, see or Nantiaco. Simple.
Can we live such lives?
We should live such lives. We should. We should live. Look, Nansen, I'm in a Machimota police station. Now, I call me a Methodist men's fellowship. And you may know
Methodist.
Kwabena. And I met and you may when I'm driving. Timmy Quantum say, car be flashing me. To Achimota police station, sir, and I made Jame Packet. Tiku Bini, driver and lady beat him. By I just why excited. The Japan interviews and say, hey, now I'm going on. I'm saying, oh, because he be our driver, and I'm so I dare, sir, me quite sorry, driver, I'm still coffee and no, so we're simple, sir. I'm saying, now can say, say. You know, people think and they have a certain idea of who
perception
you are.
Yeah.
Almost nime kasasre no manage sa na chomo. So, and we should be able to live like that. Enti sa akesisem ne nyema here because look, sikano kra bi ne ho. As a country we are struggling. And we should not live beyond our means.